All right. All right, let's get this. Let's get it. All right, let's get it, room. Let me let everybody know on the gram I'm live first. Let me do that. And then once I do that, y'all know what it is. Hold on. Once I get that knocked out, let's see what's popping. There it is. Y'all come on in the room. While everybody's coming on in the room, let's make it do what it do. Let's come on in this room. All right? We're going to chop it up good tonight. We're going to chop that thing up. What is that? Come on, man. Okay. Give me the option to share this shit. All right, what's up, man? Y'all come on in. Y'all come on in. How y'all doing this lovely evening? Hope you guys are good. Put that there. Bam. And bam. And there it is right there. And let me let everybody know on Twitter and Facebook that I'm live right now. Let me see what's going on. I can't see anything right now. Takes me a minute to get everything together. But y'all come on in.
Evening.
There it is. All right, there we are. Let me share on Twitter that we're live right now so everybody can come on in. Hold on. Hold on. All right. Y'all bear with a player. Y'all bear with me. Hope y'all had a great week, man. You know, this is a holiday week. You know, Christmas is coming up this week, so I know a lot of people are chilling with the family. That's a great thing. That's a beautiful thing. Let me throw this up on Facebook real quick, and then after that, I'm good to go. We're ready to rock out. All right? Y'all come on in the room. Waiting on people to pile on in. I'm 30 minutes late, but shit, I'm here. I'm 30 minutes late, but I'm here. You understand? What's going on with y'all, man? We're here. Everybody put the like button on this video. You said I look like I just did a rap video. Let me tell you what I did wrap up, dude. We got the FBA bandanas available. You understand me? I've been repping my FBA bandana heavy. You dig? And click down there in the description box, you dig? Go to officialfba.com, ladies and gentlemen. Officialfba.com if you are a proud foundational Black American with long lineage to this land and you want to represent, yeah, you understand me? Go to officialfba.com to get your bandana. You understand? I saw Power. Power was very good. Yes, it was. Power was very good. You say, Roland gave me an ascot? No, this is two-player. This ain't some shit Roland will have. Roland will have some paisley and all that old shit. No. This is the real deal. This is the real deal. You understand? Yeah, you can wear it like a face covering. You can go to sleep with your FBA bandana on. You can keep your waves fly. What's up, Donna, down there in Birmingham? You understand? You can keep it popping. But this is the beautiful FBA bandana. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Love it. You gonna love it. You gonna love it. You understand? Now, Hawaii is still funny style. We're gonna talk about that in a minute. Hawaii, you know, they're still not letting folks come up in there like that. With, you know, you got to be quarantined, you know, and the whole shebang. Yeah. But it's shit. So how big is it? Shit, whatever size this is. Bam. You know, it's same size as the regular bandanas, you know? All right, it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. But get yours at officialfba.com. Officialfba.com. I watched some of the verses I did, man. Oh, man, the Bay Area is so slept on. Shout out to Too Short. Shout out to E40, man. They did a phenomenal job. Even before they went on, the DJs were playing a whole bunch of classic Bay Area boppers, dude. That Bay Area stuff, boy, reminded me of the old players I used to hang with back in the day. I hung around a lot of Bay Area players, man. Shout out to the Bay. The Bay is so slept on. Shout out to those brothers, man. Those brothers, what I respect about the Bay, man, those brothers are, they understand the independent hustle. They understand knowing how to go out there and grind and get it on your own and get your own movement without going to the record labels, asking for deals and all this old stuff. The Bay, those cats will go out here, get their money up, go out here and get something popping and get it hot on the block. And they created their own cottage industry out there, man. It's real fly. And you got to understand, a lot of cats from the Bay, man, a lot of people are foundational Black Americans coming in from the South. A lot of people in the Bay Area are from actually from Louisiana, Mississippi, places like that. There was a migration to California right after World War II. So you got a lot of brothers and sisters with roots in the South. That's why Master P was going back and forth from Louisiana up there to Richmond. There's always been that connection. And you know, foundational Black Americans, we know how to get it. You understand? We know how to get that shit. We know how to get it. You better learn from those cats out there in the Bay and down south and the whole shebang. If you look at the hip hop game, look at the people, and this is not to shade anybody, by the way. Look at the people who were independent label owners and the people who really just went out and got deals. Starting in the 80s, all the way through the 90s on the East Coast, we got to understand, a lot of cats were from other places, and that's not a diss to them. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to go get a deal at certain major labels to get your shit out. There's nothing wrong with that. But, you know, there's a lot of immigrant classes out there on the East, so a lot of them would just go to the record labels and, you know, try to audition and get a deal with Def Jam or Warner or Universal, stuff like that. There was nothing wrong with that. A lot of people came up off that. But in the South, you had Jay Prince. You understand? In the South, you had Tony Draper. You had Master P. You had a lot of cats in the South who knew, okay, let me start my own label. Let me start my own shit and get my stuff hot. I can go out here to the radio stations. I know the club owners. I can go out here to the clubs and get it popping. Another cat, real good friend of mine, Tony Mercedes. A lot of people sleep on Tony Mercedes. Tony Mercedes was responsible for a lot of hit records in the 90s, a lot of, big platinum records. And he was working independently, but he worked with some of the majors too. But a lot of people sleep on Tony Mercedes. So there's a lot of cats out there in the South. I talked about rap a lot, Tony Draper, all those cats. So all going back here, out on the West Coast, you had Eazy-E. He's a foundational Black American. You know, Eazy's, you know, he's a foundational Black American. Eazy started his own label and got it popping. And truth be told, you want to go there, we look at Death Row, you know, even though they took it somewhere else, they took it to another plateau, you know. But even Death Row got it popping, you know. Record said he got the game from the West. You say Jay-Z said he got the game from the West Coast and the South. And what's interesting, with that Reasonable Doubt album, he went to Priority, which is where Master P and all the other independents were going. They went to Priority. They came out here to do that deal at Priority Records, you know? So, you know, that's what it is. That's what it is. You know, this is why we got to recognize and show respect to who we are. We got to recognize and show respect to who we are. Some people are saying that this thing did not tell people when I was live. So they're playing that kind of game. We got to understand the little game that they're playing with some of these rhythms here. They're not letting folks know that we're on live. Yeah, Sir Mix-a-Lot. I knew Sir Mix-a-Lot back in the day. He's another one. Another foundational Black American brother. Sir Mix-a-Lot made a grip independently. You know? He made a grip independently. You know? So, yeah, Ice Cube was down with Priority. Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Yeah. So you did get the notification. Okay, some people said they didn't get the notification. Some of y'all did not get the notifications. I'm still learning the Clubhouse thing. I got on the Clubhouse app, and I'm kind of working out the kinks and just kind of learning and maneuvering through the Clubhouse app. So it's interesting. I'll say that it's interesting. So man, a lot of stuff we're going to talk about on today's broadcast. I'm going to need everybody to hit that thumbs up button, please. I need y'all to hit the thumbs up button, hit that like button. Hit that like button, hit that thumbs up button, hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up button, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. All right? Yeah, Clubhouse is like, it's like whatever. I'm not, My Clubhouse name is @Tariq Nasheed, so y'all can follow me on there. But it's like whatever, I got to kind of work through it. There might be something there that's interesting. It's like, I'm like, I could just do Instagram Live and just chop up with folks. So I'm just trying to, work through it. Yeah. And it's kind of in a beta testing stage right now. So, man, a lot of stuff going on. So guys, today's question, and again, shout out to Too Short and E40. They did a great verses. Who's going to be on the next verses, by the way? Who's doing the next verses? Yeah? Who's going to be doing the next verses? Shout out to Niagara Falls in the house. All right. So listen. We're talking about other groups and what they have in common with foundational Black Americans. Yeah? What do other groups have in common with foundational Black Americans? Yeah? That's the question for today, guys. What do other groups have in common with us? What do other groups have in common with foundational Black Americans? Because we keep being told about all of these damn coalitions. There's these minority coalitions. There's these people of color coalitions. There's a black and brown coalition. Okay. What the hell do these people actually have in common with us? Yeah? That's a legitimate question. I would like a legitimate answer. Because nobody seems to be able to answer that question. We're just told we the same. We all the same. We the same people in the same struggle. Representation matters. What the hell do we, let's just get real, because when we talk about this stuff, people like to just wallow in symbolisms. They like to wallow in catchphrases, but you don't like to get down to the nitty damn gritty and just ask some real questions. What do these people have in common with us? What do East Indians have in common with us? Arabs have in common with us? Hispanics have in common with us? Asians, what do they have in common with us? Even other black people from the diaspora, to a certain extent, we got to ask, what do we really have in common? That's a question. Let's ask that. That's a great question that we need to really ask. Because we're told that Black Americans, foundational Black Americans, we're supposed to be riding for every damn body because we all the same now. We all peoples of color. We all in the same struggle, so we got to do all the heavy lifting. We're told we got to do all the heavy lifting. We never stop and say, okay, what are we doing the heavy lifting for? Why are we always doing all the work? We're taking all the bumps. We're taking all the bruises. What are we getting out of this damn one-sided deal? Ask questions. Because a lot of people like to jump in our conversations. They jump in our mentions. They jump in our mix telling us what the hell we need to do for them and how we don't need to represent foundational black Americans because daddy's divisive. You damn right it's divisive. Ain't nothing wrong with being divisive. As long as you're dividing yourself from people trying to undermine you. You damn right. I'm trying to divide myself from people who want to undermine me. So if y'all from somewhere else talking about we're divisive, you're goddamn right I am. I want to divide myself from people who are not trying to help me or my group. I damn sure do want to divide myself from coons and mammies with foreign flags. Yes, I do. I want to divide myself from that. There's nothing wrong with division. I want to be divisive. You niggas are divisive. Yes, Umbutu. Because you ain't helping worth a damn. Hey, brother, you're divisive. Yes, Esmeralda. You're correct. You're correctamundo. You understand? It's already, the people with the foreign flags are the main ones telling us we're divisive. I told y'all a story before. I went to a production company and they wanted to do some kind of TV show with me. And it was an Asian, it was a Japanese, either Japanese or Chinese. What's the flag with the circle? I think, what the hell was she? She was Asian. The flag had a big circle in it. What's the flag with the circle? Is it China or Japan? I don't feel like Googling it right now. I don't feel like Googling it. But went to a meeting with this lady, and she was like an assistant producer or whatever. It was a white man who really owned the shit. He was a white man from Greece somewhere. Japan, okay, so she was Japanese. Okay, Japanese American. So they had her in there, and this was right about the time I started doing Hidden Colors. And Hollywood wanted to do these shows with me, but boy, they were complaining about Hidden Colors because it was too black. They were telling me this stuff. They were like, oh, this is going, with sponsors, this type of stuff. I mean, we want to do a show with you, but you got this Hidden Color stuff. And there was an Asian woman I remember very vividly. Japanese woman had a big Japanese flag in her office saying, well, Tariq, you shouldn't really talk about, a lot of the black stuff. You might want to tone the black stuff down a little bit. And I'm looking at her big fucking flag in her office. I'm looking at this big ass flag. I'll never forget that. I'm having this woman tell me to tone down my blackness, and she has a huge flag. Her flag is in the back. I remember that flag with the circle in it. I'm like, you're telling me to tone down who I am, but you're bold and you're representing who you are. And it's interesting that they got her to tell me this. You see, the problem is, other people, it's not a problem for them to represent who they are. In fact, they're encouraged to represent who they are in order to distance themselves from us. You understand? Yeah, that put a bad taste in my mouth. Heavy. I'm like, that's kind of bold. So you can represent who you are, but I got to tone mine down for some little bullshit ass show y'all trying to give me. I'm in my mind, I'm very cordial. I'm not going off on folks. In my mind, I'm like, woman, I am a hustler. This little money y'all giving me ain't really nothing. Let me tell y'all something about television, especially cable TV. They don't give you a lot of money for cable TV shows. A lot of people you see on these cable TV shows, they don't make no money. There's not a lot of money in that. Let me give y'all some Hollywood secrets. It ain't a lot of money, especially reality shows. Reality shows, they don't get nothing. They gonna get $500, $1,000 at that. They don't get no money with these damn reality shows at all. When I went in there, and my lawyer would negotiate stuff as far as making me the producer. And if you're using the rights to my book, you're going to have to get the book rights. So I made sure, even when I did pilots, y'all are handing me a bag. I'm not coming up here for no $500 fucking dollars. You know what I'm saying? I ain't coming up here for no little piss ass change like that. If I'm in here talking to y'all, we're going to be talking about 20, 30,000 on the low. You understand? And for pilots, I was getting that shit for pilots. Even if it doesn't get picked up, you know, I still got my little 30K, 20K, so I'm good. You know, that's thank you for your time. On Chappelle's show, Charlie Murphy, he said he only got $500 an episode for Chappelle's show. So that gives you an idea of how the money is funny style. But this is the thing. In the Hollywood game, you can make a lot of money with endorsements. That's how a lot of people get their money. Yeah, Real Housewives of Atlanta, that's a little different because it's been on a long time and because they can negotiate their contracts now. So that's a little different. That's almost like a soap opera now. And that has become a brand. So over the years, you can negotiate because you see that this thing is bringing in a lot of money. It's not one of those shows where, like the Bad Girls Club, that everybody's interchangeable. That's what I'm talking about. These little shows where everybody is kind of interchangeable, you can bring in whatever, they don't get no money. They don't get no money. Yeah? So what, is D. Tubman trying to chop it up in there? I'm hearing that they're blocking our sister D. Tubman. I think D. Tubman is trying to chop it up in here, and Twitter or YouTube is blocking my sister in here. Look, man, with Biden, the minute Biden got in office, boy, notice, boy, a lot of censoring started going on. Now, he's not quite in office yet, but elected. He's not quite in office yet, but elected. Yeah, Charlie Murphy got $500 an episode. He said that in his book. He only got $500 an episode. And really, Dave didn't get all the money he was supposed to get, you know? But, so they're blocking her links, okay. Yeah, Professor Black Truth, I think, didn't they block him on Twitter or something like that? And what he said, it wasn't even bad. So we see in the next 4 years, we're going to see a lot of heavy targeting, guys. We're going to see a lot of heavy targeting out here with us telling the truth about the left. Because talking about the right and Trump and the races and all, the right-wing races is one thing. The problem is when you start talking about the Democrat races, when you talk about the races on the left, now what happened to Reza? How did Reza get censored? Where did they censor Reza? Now, what happened to our brother Reza? Yeah, they offered Dave $50 million and he turned it down. Right. What's up, Thermo? You say you got banned from YouTube last week. So, yeah, a lot of people, man, they're censoring a lot of people. You know, this is why we got to understand code speak. Yeah, a lot of heavy targeting on foundational Black Americans. A lot of heavy targeting on that. Why? Because we're getting on code, and they're desperate. We're getting on code, and a lot of people, they're getting desperate now. They're getting very desperate. But when we look at all these other groups, yeah, Reza was talking too much about vaccines. Yeah, they'll definitely get you on that. Yeah, you got to really do a lot of dancing around on that online. Yeah, you gotta dance around with your words a little bit as far as that type of stuff. But listen, I was having a conversation with a brother on Twitter, and we're talking about foundational Black Americans. I want to see if I can find that tweet. And I put up something about the Black-Brown Coalition. because people are talking about that black-brown coalition nonsense, and there is no coalition. I put up this tweet. There is no black-brown coalition. There's no Pan-African coalition. There's one-sided ideologies that foundational black Americans propped up. These are one-sided ideologies, Pan-Africanism and black and brown. They are one-sided ideologies. Now, that's either true or it's not true. There is no Pan-Africanism and there is no black and brown coalition. Never has been. And this brother here, what about the last 40 years, bro? And now that's how I'm imagining him talking. It's always one of these contrary niggas. What about the last? Well, hold on. What did he say? Whoa. Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. Let me go back. Hold on. Unity. How much has been accomplished by FBA by themselves when you compare it to all we want? We have accomplished very little. Now, who is this dude? Okay, some nigga, and I don't even know if this nigga's FBA. This nigga like a big nigga who got little. Okay, so that head don't look FBA, by the way. But he was like, what have we accomplished as FBA? Now that sounds like an anchor baby talking right there, to be honest. To be honest, this nigga, that sounds like anchor baby talk. That sounds like anchor baby talk. We got to be very careful. There's a lot of anchor babies and all these folks who act like and pretend to be foundational black Americans and they're not. So even his comment, oh, this dude has a Latina girlfriend. So this dude, and that's another thing, yeah, that's another thing too. A lot of Negroes who are foundational black American who's caping for these other groups is usually Negroes who are laying up with foreign chicks. It's usually Negroes laying up with some foreign chicks. Like it was a dude who called in to my Instagram live, and he was trying to defend the Democrats and talk about we sound like Trump supporters, all that bullshit. So he was like some kind of operative for the Democrats. We found out that his wife, his lady, was an African immigrant. So a lot of these Negroes, y'all Negroes will sell everybody out for some exotic cooch. That's game goofy, niggas. A lot of y'all niggas is mad game goofy. Y'all sell everybody out so you can get some Jollof on your balls. Some of y'all niggas is game goofy, man. But I pointed out to bruh, I said, you mean, what have we accomplished as foundational black Americans? Brother, we've had people like Harriet Tubman, Sojourner Truth, Frederick Douglass, Booker T. Washington, Ida B. Wells, Rosa Parks, Elijah Muhammad, Martin Luther King. The list goes on. I mean, we've accomplished a lot and we've helped a lot of people. We've moved the needle. We're the only group who really moved the needle against non-justice, okay? Then he said something to the effect of, let me find the tweet, let me go back. Okay, what about the last 40 years, bro? What have we accomplished compared to all that we want? Very, very little. There's more division. The more division, the less strength. It's also true that those other groups don't care about us. We are in between a rock and a hard place. Let me tell y'all, when niggas get around you with this type of coon talk, get them out of here. This is a nigga, let's not even try. I got me a Latino. I got me a Latina woman, so let's just let it all go. I's happy. If I's happy, everybody should be happy. Now shut up. That's what that is. You understand? That's what that is. A lot of you Negroes who are foundational black Americans talking that shit are niggas out here with some exotic or you think is exotic person that you laying up with. You're a de facto bedbuck. You understand? That's butter biscuit talk. That's weak and pathetic talk. The whole world has to burn so that you can get you some Goya powder on your dick. Y'all niggas are game goofy for that. Because your Latina chick ain't talking that dumb shit to her community. That's the problem. These chicks y'all laying up with, they don't talk that dumb shit to their community because they would get, slapped up doing that bullshit. They would get checked going into their community talking that dumbass nonsense y'all talk. You understand? We haven't accomplished nothing in the last 40 years like we should. Why is that? Because we have been undermined by all of the damn tethers and all of the so-called people of color coalition that's working against us. That's why we haven't really gotten anything popping like we needed to in the last 40 years. Look at what's been happening in the last 40 years. We've been flooded with non-FBA tethers who have contempt for us. We've sat up here and elected politician after politician after politician to help spew this fake minority coalition that has been one-sided. Everybody's been benefiting except us. Everybody has been benefiting from this one-sided coalition except foundational Black Americans. And the time is up. We help people and they come in here and they do everything they can to undermine us. We have to accept that reality. A lot of y'all are like, okay, well, damn it, I know that. I know Esmeralda's family hate me. I know Gloria. I know Rosarita's family doesn't like me, but love is blind. I love Rosarita so much. That's your own coon self-esteem. See, that's the problem. See, this is why we got to get some cultural strength here. Because you've been told that you don't have a culture, which you do, Foundation of Black Americans. You're told to latch on and try to link up and hook up with something non-Black. Anything non-Black is better. That's a damn lie. Y'all get out of that mindset. This is why I'm so big on history. This is why I'm so confident about Black people and our abilities, because I know history. I know who we are. I know who the fuck we are. I don't let white mommy and white daddy tell me my history. You understand? Who the hell is coming to my house? Okay, I saw a dark figure outside. I didn't want to have to go grab none. It was UPS. I better turn my lights on out there. All right. But listen, family, when you understand who you are, you understand your history and your culture, you get a great appreciation for it. You get a great appreciation for it. Some of these groups that you're bowing down to, these people ain't about shit. These people ain't about a damn thing, dude. You bowing down to people who don't even have the spiritual drive that you have. You're different. What do these other groups have in common? When you look at the image that I posted up earlier, all of those groups, what do they have in common with foundational Black Americans? What do they have in common? That they're people of color? White people are people of color. White is a color. You understand? What do they have in common? For real, for real. Some of them are a little dark. Some of them have got a little more melanin than others. What do they have in common with us? Let me tell you something. They have nothing in common with us, but I'll tell you what they have in common with each other. Now, they all have something in common with each other. The white, the Latino, the East Indian, the Asian, the Middle East. They have something in common with each other. What they have in common is anti-Black racism. They all come from cultures of anti-Black racism. That's what they have in common with each other. You don't have a culture of anti-immigrant racism, anti-white racism. Black people are not really racist to white people. Not wanting to be subjugated to white supremacy is not racism. We don't have a culture of racism against people at all. We do not have a culture of racism against no damn group. Don't ever let nobody tell you the lie that racism go both ways. No, it don't. Black people, we're the only folks. We let all these other groups come into the neighborhoods we live in. We patronize your businesses. We do not discriminate against people. I'm not talking about some individual beef that they may or may not have. As a group, black people welcome all of these folks. They do not do the same. We cannot go set up shop in their neighborhoods and they'll patronize our businesses or go to our schools. They just don't. They do not, and y'all know that. Black people do not need racism to succeed. Let that sink in for a minute, God damn it. The bandana's at officialfba.com. Let me say that one more damn time. Black folks, especially foundational black Americans, we don't need racism to succeed. We don't need any type of racial or ethnic discrimination to cripple another group so that we can prosper. We don't need that. We can prosper without that. We can prosper on equal playing fields. Other groups cannot do that. In order for them to prosper, they have to cripple us. We don't need no goddamn racism. We don't need to discriminate against you. We don't need to drive you in the ground in order for us to come up. That is the difference. The difference is we don't need racism in order to succeed. In order for these other groups to succeed, they have to be the do-boys of the white supremacists. That's facts or not facts. In order for them to succeed, they got to be a goddamn do-boy for white mommy, white daddy. White mommy, white daddy has to bring them in and have them as the buffer to kind of shit on us. We don't need racism to succeed. Other groups, they look for white mommy, white daddy. They feel like they cannot do anything without white mommy, white daddy. These are other groups. Let's keep it a buck. Even our African brothers and sisters, I hate to go there. Our African and Caribbean brothers and sisters, I hate to go there. Even y'all too. You go to Africa, where the white folks? Where's white mommy, white daddy? Y'all looking for white mommy, white daddy. That makes y'all different than us. We don't, in order for us to succeed, we try to avoid white mommy, white daddy. We, foundational black Americans, we can go out of our way to avoid. We try our best to not have white mommy and white daddy in our mix. We don't want them in our damn mix. When they are not in our mix, when they ain't in our business, we kind of get shit going. Look at after slavery, guys. After slavery, the freedmen, these brothers got out of slavery, brothers and sisters got out of slavery. They cut their illiteracy down in half. Black people were forced to not be able to read. After slavery, they cut their illiteracy down in half. Black folks start reading all these different languages. Black people, you read letters from black people from the late 1800s. It sounds Shakespearean almost. They have you believing that black folks were running around on some where eyes was looking for the master at the door. They got you thinking we were talking like that. We were not. I played clips before of former slaves talking. And when they talk, they're surprisingly articulate. They ain't talking in all that, I was going to go down here to the master's going to send me to get some biscuits and some butter. No, they were very articulate when they talked. Look at a lot of old videos of black people in the South. Black people, very articulate. All of this stuff, and I talked about this before, all that mush mouth shit, that's new. All this, hey, shawty, hey, come here, y'all, get that thing cracking, y'all. That's new. Black folks didn't talk like that back in the day. That's new. Let me tell you something. That bullshit right there, that mush mouth shit is new. That ain't got nothing to do with the South. Because the South gets a very bad rap. Because when y'all get a bunch of niggas running around here with crazy twists and plaits in their hair, talking that mush mouth shit, it gets dumped on the South. Oh, them Southern niggas. Well, them niggas sound dumb. No, it's not. Those are niggas from somewhere else who just happen to live in the South. You know, even Step and Fetch It, that whole, hey, massa. Remember, Step and Fetch It was from the Caribbean. Step and Fetch It wasn't from here. Even Step and Fetch It, where the stereotypical mushmouth coon came from, that came from Step and Fetch It. The stereotypical mushmouth coon talk. And he was doing an imitation of what Southern black folks were supposed to speak like. A lot of people do stereotypical imitations, and then it becomes that mushmouth. Remember, a lot of whites who would do minstrel shows would do all that mushmouth talking, trying to sound like Southern black folks. The Amos and Andy, remember, Amos and Andy it was two white dudes who was doing the voice on the radio. It was two white dudes pretending to be black. Hey there, Amos. Hey there, Andy. I was gonna go. That's how white people perceive our dialect. Yeah. And I talked about that before. Sojourner Truth, when they write out her "Ain't I a Woman" speech, and eyes used to pick cotton, lacks all the other men. She didn't talk like that. Number one, Sojourner Truth lived in the North, and she spoke foreign languages. She didn't speak like that. See, we got to watch that. These stereotypes that's dumped on us. See, people like to dump these crazy-ass stereotypes on us. Yeah, and even today with the Cardi B's and all that, they come around with all the ratchetness, and then that gets dumped on us. That becomes indicative of our behavior. It gets dumped on us. But the mushmouth stuff started much later. Really, after the 1960s, you have to understand, they started dumping a lot of psychotropic drugs in black areas in the 70s, because the 1960s, black folks was putting in work, black folks were focused, black people were targeting white supremacist areas. They don't like to talk about that. Black people almost burned this motherfucker down in the 1960s. White society was in danger in the 1960s because black folks were focused. I talked about Holy Week of 1968, where there were hundreds of riots all around the country. It was popping. Black folks on code, ready to burn this shit down because we weren't taking the racism no more. It was it. They killed Dr. King. It got popping. They said, okay, we got to stop this. Number one, we're going to flood these Negroes with immigrants. Right after 1968, immigrants started just flooding black areas. Number two, they started flooding these black areas with psychotropic drugs. This is why you start seeing a lot of the crazy killings all over the place. PCP, Sherm sticks, all that old stuff. Especially out here in LA. Tookie Williams, rest in peace to Tookie. Rest in peace to Tookie. But Tookie was on that shit. He was on all that PCP. He was freaking out. And so a lot of those dudes, man, who was on that gangster shit in the 70s, a lot of these dudes were shermed out. A lot of them were on PCP. That was by design. Acid, they were on all types of shit, dude. Yeah, that PCP had the block crazy. You know? That was by design. That was by design. Yeah? Sherm is a group. Yeah, them niggas was on them Sherm sticks heavy. Yeah, Tookie was born in Louisiana. Yes, he was. But yeah, PCP was real big. Yeah, Tookie was on that PCP heavy. Them Sherm stick, oh yeah. A lot of them niggas, man, a lot of them gangsters from the 70s out here was on them Sherm sticks in that PCP. Yeah? Go look at the movie Colors again. Take a look at the movie Colors. They kind of alluded to a lot of that. Whenever they would do drive-bys, they in the backseat of the car, smoking Sherm and all that shit. Go look at Colors again, because they had real Crips and Bloods in Colors. They had a lot of real niggas in Colors. You know? They had a lot of the cats who were really Crips and Bloods in colors. You know? My dude, what's his name? Who played Rocky? What's his name? Don Cheadle. You know, remember Don Cheadle was in colors. And he some dudes almost fucked him up in the movie, for real. So Don Cheadle said, he did an interview, it was funny as shit. You know, Don Cheadle played in colors. Right? There was a lot of, actor Leon was in colors, Damon Wayans was in colors. Don Cheadle, you know, he was in character, and they were about to do a drive-by scene. There was like some real Crips in the car with him who was supposed to be acting. And part of the script was, hey man, shut the fuck up. That was part of the script. And Don Cheadle was like, yo, we about to do this drive-by, shut the fuck up. And then the Crip nigga got out of character, like, what's up, Don Cheadle? I'll fuck you up. I'll fuck Don Cheadle. The nigga got out of character and started banging on Don Cheadle for real. Yeah, he was Rocket in there. Yeah. So the niggas started banging, they started banging on the real actors. Like, nigga, I'll fuck Don Cheadle up in this bitch, nigga. I'll fuck you up, Leon. They got all out of character. Like, no, nigga, it's acting. Calm down, nigga. It's acting, nigga. Calm the fuck down, dude. Yeah, man. Niggas start getting out of character on him, dude. You never seen Colors? Look at Colors, dude. I remember when they were filming that shit out here, dude. It was crazy. Man. But like I said, we don't really benefit, man. We don't benefit from these groups. We don't. It's been a one-sided coalition. Yeah, it wasn't no studio gangsters in Colors. Yeah, it wasn't no studio. Yeah, T. Rogers is in that. He was a very well-respected blood. Look at Colors again. T. Rogers is in it. A lot of cats, you know, from the block is in that movie. Oh, how you like this shirt? Somebody sent me this shirt, man. I don't know who sent it. I get stuff. I went to my office today, and the shirt says Black Indian. It was I don't know who makes this shirt, but shout out to the cat who makes the Black Indian shirts. This is nice. I actually like this shirt. I get flooded with clothes, man. People send me all types of shit, dude. Man, if I like it, I rock it. You know, I try to, you know, if I like it, I rock it. But yeah, people send me clothes all the time. Somebody sent me some gym shorts one time. It was some kind of kente cloth gym shorts. And I don't know, he must have got them shits off Wish, the Wish app. I don't know. Man, these shits was tight as hell. Like, man, what the hell is this shit? This shit's like coochie cutters. And the size, you got the irregular sizes in this, brother. Hey, brother, can you rock those on the show? Hell no. No, brother, I can't rock these. These shorts are a little too busy for me. They're a little too busy. Yeah, it's a little too busy. But speaking of Bloods, man, Whack 100. Did y'all see Whack 100? Whack 100 got into a scuffle with a couple of suspected white supremacists. This kind of looks like Palmdale. I don't know where this is. And for those who don't know, Whack 100, he's the games manager. He manages Blueface. Whack 100 represents Pacoima. A lot of hardcore niggas out of Pacoima. Nigga, you got some hardcore niggas out of Pacoima. Pacoima niggas don't fuck around. You got some serious cats out of Pacoima. Shout out to Pacoima, nigga. My partner took me up there years ago, went to Hanson Dam. It was blooded out. It was a gang of bloods in that motherfucker. Heavy. Shout out to Hanson Dam and Pacoima. But yeah, my nigga WAC 100 hit this white supremacist suspect with a nice, good left. Got his ass with the southpaw. Hold on, let me play this. And I don't know what led up to it, but they tried to jump him, and it didn't work out like they wanted it to. Hold on.
Shit. Oh, nothing. Woo! Oh!
Get out! Get out! Get out!
Hey, get his plates. Get his
Get
plates.
all that!
Get his fucking plates.
Get all that! You touched me, nigga! You tried to rush me, nigga! Yeah, get out!
Damn.
What the fuck you going to do? Hey, bro, I pay more property taxes than this. Y'all got that up here? You know that. Bag the Boston, homie. Straight up. Hey, you must tell me to bag the Boston. You don't tell me to go nowhere.
All right, so yeah, I don't know what led up to that. I would like to know what happened. Yeah, I would like to know what led up to that. You know? Yeah, the suspected white supremacist got into Karen mode. Get his plates, dude. Get his plates, bro. But my man Wack got him with that sneaky left. That left snuck up on old dude. You know? He got him with that left. He didn't know what to do with that left. But I don't know what happened. I would like to, Instagram blocked the post. They probably did. They don't like to see when suspected white supremacists get their hands put on them. They don't like to show that. They don't like to show that part of the game. You know, they kind of keep that on the low, because when I posted videos of some white supremacist suspects getting some of that work, you know, they'll take it down. So, you know, that's what it is. Yeah. But I want foundational black Americans. I want foundational black Americans to understand we all we got and we all we need. See, we get told that representation matters. We're told that we need to have black faces in high places, and that's supposed to be good enough. We're going to put a Negro in certain positions. We're going to give the boule niggas jobs, and we should be happy that the boule niggas got jobs. That ain't it. I don't give a damn about the boule Negroes getting job positions. I don't care about that. Because if they are in certain positions, they're just going to be puppet Negroes who are powerless to do anything to help us. Just like Jackie Lacey, and I talked about that last week. Jackie Lacey was in office, didn't do a damn thing to help black people. This new white man got in and he started making changes immediately. You know, I want to see effectiveness. I want to see people who's going to be effective. I don't want to see black faces in high places who ain't doing nothing. I don't want to see symbolisms. A bunch of Negroes who we put up there because they're black like us, but they're going to sit up here and give benefits to all of these immigrant groups and LGBT groups and all of these folks. Yeah? Representation is not what matters. Empowerment matters. That's the only thing that matters, empowerment. Because, see, they try to do the representation matters as a trick bag. See, that's a double-edged sword. They use a black face to get the dirty work done so that they can hide their racism, one. They get a lot accomplished with puppet Negroes. You can get a lot accomplished with your puppet Negroes. Number one, you can pacify black people, and when black people says there's racism, like, no, that's not racism. Look, we got a black person right here. We got a black president. We got a black vice president. How is that racism? I mean, racism is over. Remember they were saying that with Obama? When Obama got elected, they were talking about racism is over. And black people started to get slaughtered under Obama. Don't ever fall for that. So representation doesn't matter. Empowerment matters. See, they put a black face on something. And they got you thinking, okay, there's a black face, so this black person ain't gonna do anything to harm me. Nothing can be farther from the truth. Just like with these vaccines, a double-edged sword. Notice they keep talking about how there's a black woman who helped developed this vaccine, the COVID vaccine. It's a black woman. She's an African American. Look at Kizmikia, Dr. Kizzy. Look at Dr. Kizzy. That's a black woman. Look at Lori Lightfoot. Lori Lightfoot, that piece of filth. Lori Lightfoot, that's the black woman represented. First of all, that's a black man. That is a black man. She carries herself like a man. She's gender fluid, so she can be a man one day, a woman the other, whatever. So Lori Lightfoot, do y'all know this piece of trash sat up here and helped the police hide a video of this black woman out there in Chicago? They ran up into this black woman's house, the wrong house, handcuffing this woman who was butt-ass naked, ran up in this sister's house, roughing her up and taking her out of her house damn near naked. And Lori Lightfoot, a.k.a. Beetlejuice, sat up there and helped the police hide that damn video. That's your representation matters right there. Don't sit up here and let somebody tell you, we're going to have to get the black woman up here when they get a Lori Lightfoot who sit up here and undermine black women. I told y'all, we cannot have people who are sexual intersectionalists trying to represent us. Lori Lightfoot is up there with that white woman. Y'all got to understand, that's coon heaven. Laying up with white people. Yeah, this woman was naked. It was the wrong crib. And y'all mayor out there in Chicago, Lori Lightfoot, sat up here and helped bury that video. Yeah? And they had to file all types of freedom of information requests to get it. And what they'll do a lot of times when people are trying to file for freedom of information requests, the police will start targeting folks. It's real heavy stuff that happens out here. But understand, going back to that Dr. Kizzy woman, they keep saying, well, Dr. Kizmikia, she's the person who helped develop the COVID virus vaccine. She helped develop the vaccine. So this is the thing, just like with the voting polls, they kept talking about it's black people who's going to help Biden win. Look at all the black people at the voting polls helping Biden win. So when there is voter fraud allegations, black people are the face of it. Same thing with this Kizmikia woman. They always talk about the black people who didn't help with the vaccine. So now, when things go bad with the vaccine, which they are, you got a black face they can point to. Now, we know Black Foundation of Black Americans, we got common sense. We know that woman ain't got nothing to do with no damn virus or vaccine. We know that. We know who it is. We know who it is. But the fact that they're putting their faces out there, they're putting these black faces out there. These are the people responsible for the virus vaccines. You understand? That's the con game they play. And look, we've been hearing stuff about that vaccine, dude. Out there in Australia, they're saying that people who took the vaccine are getting false positives for HIV. You see, we got to watch those words. Is it a false positive? Is it? Watch these words. They're getting false HIV positives. Huh? Either you got it or you don't, right? Either you got it or you don't. And guys, did y'all see? Look. I put up a video of what this one doctor, this one healthcare worker down in, I want to say Tennessee. I know y'all saw this video. It's on my social media. She took the vaccine, and then about 15, 16 minutes later, her ass passed out. Did y'all see that? I put that on my Instagram. I want y'all to see something. This is how some of the censoring is going. Now look at this. I want y'all to see something. Okay? I put this on my Instagram of this woman, and this is the text I put. A nurse in Chattanooga, Tennessee took the COVID vaccine, and did a press conference afterwards to tell people how safe the vaccine was. But she ended up fainting on live TV. Are y'all ready for your shots now? So that was objective. All right, family, what I said, because I know how they are, what I said was objective. I was very objective because I know how the fact checkers and I know how the censors are, okay? All I did was state the facts. All I did was state facts. That woman took a vaccine. That is a fact. She fainted after she took the damn vaccine. That is a damn fact. This is what they put under the video on my Instagram. Missing context. Independent fact checkers say information in this post could mislead people. What are you talking about? That's not no missing context. I talked about what happened. Now, this is the video. This is not missing context. She took the vaccine and this is what happened. Hold on. There's no missing context. Hold on.
Staff, we are excited to get the vaccine. We are in the COVID unit, so therefore, my team will be getting first chances to get the vaccine. And I know that it's really, I'm sorry, I'm feeling really dizzy. I'm sorry.
All righty. Okay, so they've been trying to explain away talking about that woman be having fainting spells. Okay, so she's having fainting spells. Why the hell is she working as a healthcare worker? If you're working around sick people, we don't need nobody who's going to fall the hell out if somebody's life is on the line. If this woman has fainting spells and she's just so whacked out where she can't take certain things or she can't take or whatever, she shouldn't work in the healthcare industry. So all we did was post a video of a damn press conference. Nobody gave any misinformation. You can't censor that. How are you going to censor that? You didn't? And I was very careful with my words. You did? Somebody said she passed away. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. But the thing is, I know this. I told y'all this last week. This is why they want to use us as guinea pigs, because white people can't take this type of stuff. A lot of white people are already very sickly. So a lot of white people can't take no new vaccines with all of these unknown pathogens in it. You can't do that. White people are very sickly out here. Their bodies can't take a lot of this stuff. What is this shit? I keep hearing something buzzing over here. So somebody says she's dead. I don't know if she's dead or alive. I don't know about all that. I don't know if she's alive or dead, but I just know that, yeah, watching somebody take a vaccine and then fall the hell out, yeah, that's not going to really make us rush to go get it. And they're getting so desperate at this point to try to get us to take these vaccines. Look at what they put up. Look at this. Family of Tuskegee syphilis study participant says they'll take the COVID vaccine. They done went and found the relative of somebody who was in the Tuskegee experiments, and they went coon fishing and found one. They found somebody's coon relative, and now they're gonna post them up. This is desperation, guys. When you're this desperate, it's like, I'm really not trusting what y'all trying to sell. Now, this is desperation. I really don't trust it. Yeah? But yeah, They got to have us as guinea pigs. White people cannot take that stuff. Let me tell you something. These vaccines and these viruses, these things can be potentially deadly, dude, especially for people who are already walking around with weak immune systems. White people are very sickly, dude. On a collective level, they really can't take a lot of stuff. Like, it is very delicate because they're trying to keep their genetics in order. They're already talking about white people becoming a minority here by 2040. 2040 is coming up very soon, guys. So any little thing can be detrimental to such a small, because white people are less than 10% of the global population. White people are less than 10%. So this is why they're getting into a lot of this transhumanism thing where they're going to try to hook humans up with machines. We're going to be breaking this down in the Buck Breaking movie, guys. But we got to understand a lot of these viruses, like Corona, a lot of these viruses, guys, are being reactivated from old viruses. Some years ago, out there in Siberia, as a matter of fact, in Asia, it's very cold out there. They got all these mountains and, it's very cold out there. So what they do, they go digging in the earth. They found a virus around 2014. They went and found, I forgot the name of this virus. They call it the giant virus. It was some kind of virus they found that was in the ground that was dormant for like 30,000 years. And they started doing experiments on these viruses and then activated the shit. So now they done dug up these old prehistoric viruses and reactivated them. You understand? And then what happens is you reactivate a virus, you don't know what happened because a lot of these things, they pop off, they're airborne. Also, with some of these viruses that you discover, they can morph or mesh them in with newer viruses and use them as bioweapons. You understand? So they got a lot of stuff going on out there. In Europe, they do a lot of that type of stuff. They discover these old viruses and then reactivate them and then try to use them as weapons. And then shit goes crazy. It starts mutating. You understand? Google some of this stuff I'm telling you guys. Viruses need a host. Exactly. Viruses need a host. So a lot of these things, they get out here trying to make these little bioweapons. They start latching these things onto certain things, and all of a sudden it gets loose in the lab. It get on somebody's coat who's working on the lab, and they walk outside. They didn't clean their hands or whatever, and they unleash this stuff somewhere, and it grabs onto an animal, and then they try to downplay it. Just like the bubonic plague, exactly. You got these things that are frozen, that's still around, but they're just frozen somewhere. They dig them up, activate them, and then it gets out here now and starts mutating, and then it becomes airborne, and you don't know what'll happen. Yeah? There's a new strain in the UK now. Right. So these folks are always trying to use weapons, find things to weaponize. They try to weaponize everything. They are always trying to weaponize things. I remember they had some kind of virus that they were trying to make that would only attack people in certain parts of Asia. I know in Asia, I want to say the guy was in Korea. It was a Korean doctor years ago. He was trying to create a virus that would only attack white people. Out there in South Africa, they were putting together viruses and gases and ethnic germs that would only target black people. You understand? They're always doing that. They're always trying to find something that will latch on to our melanin because they know the cells in the melanin, melanocytes and all that stuff, it's a different thing going on there. Yeah, so viruses do affect different races. They know how you can target people based on race, based on origin. You can come up with all types of different diseases because we have different density in our muscles. I had an Asian doctor tell me this. One of my doctors I went to a couple of years ago, he was telling me, he was like, yeah, black people, y'all get certain sicknesses because of the muscle density. He was breaking some shit down about the density in our muscles, where our muscles are stronger, so certain things happen, and but we're protected in other areas. It's some real heavy stuff. I'm telling you guys, family, they would do these. I got documents, and I need to show these documents one day. These folks would have conferences in Asia, in Europe, where they get around and study our melanin, guys. They have conferences where they sit up and study melanin. That's all they do. They have these conferences. They talk about the properties of melanin, the powers of melanin, studying melanin. They sit up here and study melanin. They've been having these conferences for decades. Yeah? But the thing is, somebody said the sun diet. Real talk. See, a lot of this stuff, family, we have to understand nature. And we have to understand a lot of these stay-at-home orders that they're giving us, it actually makes you sicker. And they know that. They know that. Staying in the house is very unnatural for human beings. It's unnatural for human beings to be cooped up in the crib. Notice the more cooped up in the house you are, the more sicker you're getting. People are getting sicker, fatter, dying, being cooped up in the house. You understand? We have to be out. We got to be in the sun. We got to be getting vitamin D. We got to be out there interacting with the plants and the trees and all that stuff, guys. It's very important. Y'all remember as kids, your grandmother, if you live with your grandmother like I did sometimes, grandma would say, hey, y'all go outside and get you some sun. Go outside. There was a reason why mom and grandma told us to take our ass outside and get you some damn sun. Notice we weren't that sickly back in the day. We're my old school players. We weren't sickly back in the day like that. A nigga might get a cold or every blue moon. We weren't sickly back in the day. Niggas, old school niggas from my generation, we did not get sick like that. It wasn't no niggas running around coughing like little bitches. No. We didn't get sickly like that. Number one, because we went outside all the time. We weren't cooped up in the house on video games all the time. We went out, we out there in the street. Nigga, we be out there playing tackle football on the pavement. Nigga, we rough ass kids. We were rough. And we got injured, we shook that shit off. So a little cold, the sniffles don't mean nothing. Nigga, we fight, scrap, nigga. We got down back in the day. We got it in. So a little cough here and there wasn't nothing to keep a nigga down. You cough for about a day or so and you good. First of all, because your mama and your grandma, they have all that old crazy ass medicine they give your ass. I talked about my grandma giving us black drought and castor oil and all that shit. So even if you was sick, you didn't say it. You didn't want to take that nasty ass medicine mama and them had. That nasty ass cod liver oil. Y'all don't know the horror. Y'all spoiled bastards today with your little cherry flavored cough drops. Fuck out of here, bitch ass nigga. You ain't a real G until you had some cod liver oil, nigga. We didn't get no delicious flavors and all that old punk shit, nigga. We got a tablespoon of oil. And like I said before, the tablespoons were this big back in the 70s and 80s. The tablespoons were huge. Some of that Father John's medicine. It'd be a crazy looking white man on the cover looking at your ass like, oh shit, I gotta take Father John's? Shit. I ain't coughing no more, Granny. We weren't sickly. Because we was outside all the damn time, in the sun, chilling, sweating, running. Any toxins in our body, we ran them shits out. We weren't sickly. Notice niggas start getting sickly right around all the video games and niggas getting online and all that old shit. That's when niggas start getting sickly and, you know. Yeah, niggas getting flu and pneumonia and all this old shit. No. When y'all growing up, y'all didn't see no young folks getting no damn pneumonia. That's old. You had to be hella old to get pneumonia back in the day. You didn't get no fucking pneumonia. The young, please. Nigga, you had to get pneumonia when you're on your deathbed back in the day. You didn't get that shit as a young dude. We were too active to get sickly like that. Now you got 15-year-olds with swine flu and shit. I need some soup in my video game while I play Call of Duty. I need some soup. Fuck out of here, bitch ass. No, nigga. We didn't get none of that, man. No, we were G's, nigga. Our immune system was A1 back in the day. We were in that damn sun, bathing in it, dude. We be in that sun all day, kicking it. Healthy as a fucking horse, man. We'd be good. We'd be good. Women, the girls be active, not these little chunky ass kids waddling around now. Girls be out there, y'all know, especially on the East Coast, y'all be out there doing double dutch and shit. Fast as a motherfucker. Y'all be out there doing double, active as hell. Y'all little asses wasn't getting sick doing all that damn double dutch back in the day. Jumping all around. Doing, what's that? What's the hopscotch? Y'all playing hopscotch, all that shit? Y'all weren't getting sick. Y'all was sweating that shit out, man. We'd stay outside back in the day. You understand? We would stay outside. We would kick it. Niggas, yeah, we in the 80s, nigga, don't let us, when we start breakdancing, we really got busy. Shit. We sweated the bullshit out doing windmills and backspins. Yeah? In shape. Look at episodes of Soul Train back in the 80s. Look how healthy the women looked. All of them were nice and slim and cute. Look how healthy the women are. Them women were doing double dutch before Soul Train. Hey, we got it in. We were active as kids back in the day. Nigga, we would go out and play ball, shoot hoops. Nigga, we would climb trees. We got it in back in the day. We'd be out there in nature, especially if you lived in the South. Yeah? But not now. Everybody's sitting their ass up, stomach bigger than a motherfucker. You 17, 18 years old, big, wide, flabby shoulders and shit, all up on Instagram with a filter on. Sit your ass down. What kind of shit is that? Got these chunky ass kids all up on Instagram taking selfies. Ain't been outside. You know, back in the day, nobody had all those sicknesses. I noticed started going into the late 80s, then in the, not late 80s, but late 90s. Going into the 2000s, I started meeting these girls with all these crazy sicknesses. Notice that you start going into the 2000s, that's when we started to see when the internet and video games started popping off, then you start seeing all these weird sicknesses popping up with people. I be chilling with a chick and we going out and, you know, we go to the crib and then I'm up in the ear spitting game. I'm like, yo, you know, what's up? Whoop, whoop, whoop. And I'm looking at her fucking edges. I'm like, wait, hold on. What's going on with your scalp? Oh, I got alopecia. What the fuck? I'm like, hold on. Is it on both sides? No, just this one. You know, I ain't been eating right. I'm like, oh, Lord. I'm looking at some of these girls' edges. Like, damn. Well, you need to tilt some of your weave more on this side, baby. And that's another thing. Y'all didn't see all that alopecia back in the day. Y'all didn't see all that with these girls with these old fucked up edges. Y'all didn't see all that back in the day because your grandma put all that Suffer 8 and Crown Royal in your damn hair. So your hair was good. Notice remember how women used to say, oh, my hair used to be down my back when I was 8 years old. She ain't lying. They're not lying. They did have long hair. You out there with your grandma kicking it at your grandma's house. They would put all that grease in your shit and use a hot comb on it, and your hair would grow. You would be out there running around. Yeah, you did have hair when you were 7. Then your ass got stuck in the house, started laying up in the house all day, not going out, not getting no exercise, and now your edges, you look like a fucking Mr. T with titties. You got a mohawk. Yeah, the girls back in the day would have, remember when we were growing up, girls would really have long hair back in the day. They come to have their little cute bows and pigtails. They would really have long hair. You didn't see all these little bald-headed hood rats running around back in the day. You didn't see that. Motherfuckers coming to school with a full weave. You didn't see none of that shit back in the day. You got to cover up your shit. And now you got a synthetic bayang. You didn't see synthetic bayangs back in the day. You did not see synthetic bayangs back in the damn day. If we saw somebody like Cynthia G, we would throw rocks at her. This is a thief. This is a cat burglar. Get this motherfucker out the neighborhood. Back. We'd throw something at her ass. If she came up in the block with a synthetic bayang. The girls had that long, cute, pretty hair back in the day. Man, it was a wonderful time. It was a wonderful time. You know? Them tight goddamn pigtails your mama and them used to put in your damn hair, pulling your scalp back, and all you had your little old burn marks because they done burnt your ass with a hot comb, smelling like sulfur 8. Yes, it was a beautiful smell back in the day. You know? It was beautiful back in the day. Because we used to go out, man. Being out, going out, man, it made you healthier. I'm telling you, us being able to roll around, run around, kick it, go outside, get in the sun, get in the grass, be around the trees, climb the tree, that made us healthier back in the day, man. We weren't no sickly ass niggas. We were out, man. We were healthy as a horse, man. We were good. You know? We were good. It's very important to get out. Now, you know, us being stuck in the house, that causes depression. It causes health issues, man. Us being stuck in the house, man, it's really taking a toll on a lot of people. It's making you sicker. You're not getting that vitamin D you're supposed to get. You know? You're not getting that. It's important. That's why, you know, being around the sun and being around the forest and trees and stuff like that, man, that heals you. We got to understand that. That heals you. Trees give off great oxygen. Trees give off good oxygen. That's why people who live in rural areas, normally people like in the country, you live in, they're usually calm. It's a calm vibe. It's usually a calm vibe. I remember the family, we took a vacation up there to Central California to the Sequoia Mountains area in the forest. It's a great experience. Just to smell that air was just a wonderful experience, man. It's so healing. Just to be there to smell that fresh ass air around them huge trees. They got the biggest trees in the world up there. So just the air is different, man. And it's a healing thing. And that's why I always tell y'all, man, when I write my books, and I'm writing a book now, it's taken me forever. I'll be so glad when I'm done with this damn book. I haven't put out a book in a damn decade, over a decade. My last book was The Elite Way. Writing these books is a task. But usually when I write books, I tell people I've always gone to Hawaii. I would go to Hawaii. When I go to Hawaii, Hawaii has all that sun. It has all of those beautiful trees and the fresh forest areas, man, the exotic shrubbery and the flowers and the plants. and the air is just magnificent out there, and it helps you create. Being around that type of environment, it really helps you create a lot. It gets you into a creative mindset. Being in the sun, that's why a lot of people go out there. A lot of people go out there to create. I know Dr. Dre goes out there a lot. They do a lot of stuff and record. They do a lot of recording out there in Hawaii. They're out there a lot. So being in that type of environment, man, it's a healing thing. It really helps get your mind, in a creative space. Yeah. You never been to Hawaii? Yeah, man, beautiful place. And because Hawaii is very strict on the COVID thing, they're like, look, you gotta, if you come here, you gotta quarantine for 14 days and it's a whole thing. So they ain't really playing out there. So they pretty much shut it down. I don't think they're letting people on the beaches out there. So, they didn't shut that thing down. So I haven't been able to go out there. Yeah, but I love it out there. The Pacific Northwest is cool too. Yeah, but that really helps a lot of the air quality, But the thing is, I'm talking about us going out. How important going outside is because of this whole COVID thing. And, again, they're making black people the face of the vaccines. So just in case anything goes left, you're gonna know who to blame that on. See, we got to get off this thing where Negroes are out here trying to save the white supremacists. See, this is why it's important to deal with white supremacy head on. See, this is why I didn't mind Trump. See, y'all niggas sat up here and got Biden in. Biden is going to wear us the hell out. Biden is going to ground our ass. He's going to ground us up in the next 4 years. I don't know how bad y'all don't really understand how bad some of y'all who voted for Biden, some of y'all are in here, how bad y'all done made it for us. We are in here heavy. Everybody hit that like button. Hit that like button, guys. But with Biden, guys, y'all sat up here and were told that, well, we got to get Trump out because Trump is the racist and Biden is less racist. No. If you're dealing with two races, the one you want to deal with is the open one. If you have a choice between races, you dealing with the races, I want y'all to listen good, goddammit. If you have a choice on battling racists, it's better to battle the open racist. Because Biden, he's just as racist as Trump, if not worse. But Biden and the Democrats, what they did, they got a lot of people now protecting Biden. And that's the problem. With Trump was so open with his racism and his white supremacy. White supremacy was being attacked heavy. And when something is being attacked, it's only a matter of time when it's going to crash. When something is taking direct hits, it's only a matter of damn time when that shit is going to topple. I prefer that. I prefer the white supremacists out there in the front so we can give them direct hits so that they can take the bumps and the bruises themselves. You understand? When white supremacy is out there showing you who they are, they're going to take the lumps and the bumps and the hits and the stabs and all that stuff. They're going to take that. They're going to take the criticism. You understand? With Biden, what they did was just basically put all their buffer puppets in front of white supremacy to protect it. So now we can't get to the white supremacists now because of the coon boule, the coon Latinos, the Asians. All of these buffer classes are standing in front. So now we back on the Matrix now. We like Neo. We gotta fight all of the damn tethers now. Already. Now we gotta fight and deal with the Simone Sanders, the Kamami Harrises, the Ayanna Presleys. We got to deal with these Negroes. We got to deal with foreign Negroes. Then we got to deal with Latinos. Then we got to deal with the LGBT. So we got to battle a bunch of groups now. And white supremacy sits back protected. Now white supremacy is protected. That's the problem. When white supremacy is allowed to hide, it strengthens itself. That's a very bad thing to do. We need that thing in the open, man. We do not let white supremacy hide. We want that shit in the open. When you let it hide, that's the end. Because when we see the devastation caused by white supremacy, there's a black face on it. Notice, family, this is why you see majority non-white countries, black countries, especially in Africa, the Caribbean, especially India, places like that, where the white supremacists, and this happens in a lot of places where there's a black majority. When there's a black majority somewhere, white supremacy has to hide to do the dirty work. In Africa, white supremacy, they orchestrate all the devastation there. In India, they orchestrate, the white supremacists orchestrate all the devastation there. But you don't see them. You don't see them. All you see when you go there, you see black faces. But it's the white supremacists behind the scenes pulling the damn strings. So they're protected while everything becomes devastated. These countries are devastated. And white supremacy is right there in the background orchestrating the devastation. And you don't see them. And then when they devastate the people, all they do is use the natural resources of these places to benefit European nations. They devastate the people on the low and then use those resources to empower these white countries. They use these buffers. We got to understand how chess and checkers work. These people play chess. You understand? This woman in the room, a lady 747, she said, you guys are really going hard for Trump. Woman, stop that. Because even if I was, number one, who's going to do anything about it? Even if I was a Trump supporter, which I'm not, but hell, if I was, what the fuck y'all going to do about it? And why would I have to lie to you or any other Negro? No, y'all just don't say you Trump supporters and shit. You sound like a Trump supporter. All right, nigga, I'm a Trump supporter. If I was, for real, now what, nigga? Nothing. Who the hell are you to lie to? Ain't no damn Trump supporter. Nobody's supporting Trump. But I would deal with Trump's racism better because we have a better chance of toppling white supremacy. See, when people talk that dumb shit like that, y'all just supporting Trump. Y'all thought that these are niggas who are cool with the way everything is. They don't want to rock the boat. These are Negroes from other places. Notice it's the tether Negroes from other places. Man, y'all be out here supporting Trump and shit. These are Negroes who don't want to go back to their village. They don't mind a few of us getting knocked off here and there, just as long as they don't get to go back to the village. They want to be out here with white folks. Let's be very clear. A lot of folks out here from the diaspora, and right now, there's something trending on Twitter right now. Right now, they're talking about December 21st. There's a running joke, it's kind of a corny joke on Twitter, that on December 21st, black people are going to get superpowers. Have y'all seen that on Twitter? That's like a real corny running joke that's on Twitter right now. And it got started because some girl said something about the planets are going to align on December 21st, and that's going to unlock some powers in black folks. So a lot of foreign flag Twitter jumped on that, calling the girl Hotep. So now they made this is a running Hotep joke. Really, it's kind of a low-key dig at foundational black Americans. They call us, yes, Christine, you said I blame black immigrants on everything. Not everything, but a lot of corny shit like this. So basically, if you look at, it's a corny running joke. It's like, when I get my superpowers, I'm going to go to Popeye. It's a real corny running joke. But it's really a low-key dig at foundational black Americans with that, we Hotep. You understand? it's really a dig at us. Whenever they start talking about Hotep, that's really a dig at foundational black Americans, okay? Because we, foundational black Americans, we're the ones who talk about Egypt. Bobby Hemmett talked about that. He says, we, foundational black Americans, have more of a connection with Egypt than people in the African diaspora. They don't have a connection with no damn Egypt. You go to African countries, there's a big white picture or a white statue of Jesus in damn near all these countries over there. So whenever they say Hotep, that's really a dig at us. Oh, y'all Hotep niggas. Well, all that African shit. Because they know that it ain't really popping over there like that. That's why it's a joke to them. Look at these niggas up here talking about Hotep in Africa. Man, I can't wait to get the hell out of Africa. I couldn't wait. That's really what they're saying. While they got their flags up. They got their African flags up and ain't ever going back. They got their flags up from all over these African nations and they ain't going to ever set foot there again. And they know it. You understand? So that's a joke to them. Black people saying anything conscious or whatever, that's Hotep shit. You understand? So yeah, it's a corny running joke that's on there. Yes, y'all, if y'all haven't seen, these are the foundational black American bandanas, guys. It looks fresh as hell, don't it? Boom. Foundational black American bandanas right here. You get them at officialfba.com. officialfba.com. And look, let's go deep for a minute. Because we talked about family, listen, let's go deep about history for a minute. Because we have a strong connection to Egypt, foundational black Americans. Number one, we know that our lineage goes back thousands of years on this land. We know that, one, because of the indigenous black people who were here. Also, we have to really ask, who are the people who were brought over here? Who were the captives? Who were the people brought over here? Who were the people who were captured over there and brought over here? Now, let's be clear. Only 6% of the people who were enslaved were actually brought here to North America. Very, very, very small number. The majority of us, our lineage goes to the black Aboriginal people here. And we know that. So the bandana will be great for your locks. Yes, it will be. But listen, because we talked about this before. James Small talked about this. Brother Phil Valentine talked about it. Remember, Africa is a kind of fluid place. A lot of people moved around. A lot of the people who were in Egypt, they would move to different areas. This is an old civilization, so their descendants would move out. Some of them will move to Europe. Some of them will move to the Middle East. They would call some of these people in certain other countries, the descendants of them, even though they mixed in with some of the Europeans, they'd call them gypsies to this day. Gypsies, that's a play on the word Egyptian, but that's, when you talk about gypsies, it's like a wandering tribe of people, okay? When we look at the word gypsy, that's wandering people. We got to understand a lot of people who came out of Egypt were pushed into West Africa and captured because you were a foreigner there. They would take the foreigners first. When the slave trade started with the Arabs, then the Europeans and the Portuguese and all these people, they would capture and take the foreign people, the foreign black people there first and put them into captivity. So we have to really understand, who the hell are we for real from that lineage? Now, we do know our lineage goes here too, but even our African lineage, where does that go? How far does that go? Because I trace my shit, some of my lineage in Africa goes all the way to Mozambique. I think on my mother's side, I got to do my father's side, but on my mother's side, it goes to Mozambique. Yeah, all the way in East Africa. Mozambique is in East Africa, basically. So we got to understand some of the words and all the things that's used out here. But understand, a lot of folks, they don't have anything in common with us other than skin tone. They don't look at white supremacy the same. They don't look at colonizers the same. Dude, Notice on Twitter, a lot of these foreign non-FBA chicks are into that K-pop stuff. If you look on Twitter, you see a lot of these non-FBA chicks got their capes on for these Asian K-pop dudes. That's because of the colonized mind. Because over there in Africa, the Asians are now going to become the new colonizers. So they've already gotten their minds right. See, they colonize your mind first. Whenever you see black girls on some K-pop shit, I can damn near 100% guarantee she's not foundational black American sister. Sisters ain't tripping on that shit over here. Sisters are not tripping on no damn Asian dude. But look at the shows like Insecure, where they got Asian bae. You know, that's that mindset over there. Well, they're welcoming in the new Asian daddy. Yeah? Yeah, that Korean music. It's Korean pop, basically. K-pop. It's Korean pop music. Yeah, it's mad corny stuff. A lot of they're into that mad corny shit that foundational black Americans ain't. We don't really rock with that type of stuff. So we got to understand our differences here. We got differences here. A lot of folks got that colonized mindset that we don't have. See, that's why we're a problem. Because we're not colonized here. We've not been fully colonized here. You can physically colonize us. We have not been fully colonized here. And they know that. The dominant society knows that. And whatever y'all do, y'all better get off that black-brown coalition nonsense. That's something that black folks should have been off of. That black-brown coalition nonsense is extremely deadly at this point. There was a brother. Did y'all see the video? It was a brother who was running from the cops, and it was a white Hispanic cop ran him over in a damn truck and then tried to lie about it. Family, where my black folks in here who's on that black and brown? Do we have any black and brown coalition Negroes in here? Do we have any black and brown coalitions in here, guys? Family, I mean, you got to put the dunce cap on for that one. That black and brown coalition has never, ever existed. And we got to be very honest with that. We got to be very honest about that black-brown coalition. It never existed. It never existed. I'm not talking about a couple of cool Hispanics here, a couple of cool ones there. I'm talking about as a collective unit. See, as a collective group, we've always been on some caping for the black and brown. As a collective group, our organizations cape for them. They've not done the same ever. In fact, they've talked against us as far as their organizations. They've always talked against us. Family, do you know in the 1930 census, they had Mexicans listed as its own race? Let me show y'all something. Let me go to some receipts here. Let me show y'all some things. Oh, let me show y'all something, guys. And I hope y'all can see this. This is the 1930 census, guys. And let me try to blow it up a little bit so y'all can see it. Okay, maybe y'all can see this. This is 1930 census. I want y'all to see something. On the bottom here, hope y'all can see it, right here in the middle. It says the race categories was white, Negro, Mexican, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Hindu, Korean. Okay? So when you filled out the census, these were the options. White, Negro, Mexican, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Hindu, Korean. Got it? This was the 1930 census, guys. Okay. Now let me show you something else here. This is the 1940 census. Okay. Let me show you. Let me go up. This is 10 years later. This is the very next census. This is 1940. Census of 1940. Okay. In 1940, these are the racial categories. Hope y'all can see these on the bottom. Where is it? Okay. Here's the racial categories: white, Negro, Indian, Chinese, Japanese, Filipino, Hindu, Korean. Okay, Mexican is not on here in 1940, okay? Mexican was not on the 1940 census. Just wanted to show you some receipts on that. Now, why was that? Why was Mexican on the 1930 census, but it was taken off of the 1940 census? It was taken off because of Mexican American organizations, the LULAC, I think the Latin American Association, something. It was the oldest Latino American organization in America, the most prominent one. LULAC, I think that's the initials of it, but that was the biggest one. That organization, the Mexican American organizations in America, they spoke against being labeled as a Mexican race. They became white because they wanted to be. When they put them as Mexicans, Mexican organizations fought against it. They spoke against it. They said, we do not want to be separated from white. We are white because we are offshoots of the Spanish. This is what these organizations said, and they took off Mexican and let them become white because they fought for the right to be white. They wanted to be white. They did not want to be Mexican. They did not want to be called Mexican and separated from white people. They said, no, 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 no. We're just like you. This is the same organization when some of the members told them, hey, shouldn't we kind of link up with the NAACP? The president of that Mexican American organization said, hell no. The Negro problem is not our problem. Let them niggas fight their own battles. This is what they said. They fought for the right to be labeled as white. I don't know where y'all get this brown shit from. That brown thing is just something in your sexual imagination, black people. There is no brown. I'm telling you, there is no brown. There is no brown. They wanted to be classified as white. They fought for the right to be classified as white. They did that. They did it. This is the reason why they sit up here and tell folks when they fill out the census today, they still classify themselves as white. They don't look at themselves as indigenous. They play that little game when it's convenient. Yes, I'm indigenous. No, you're not. You're not, and you don't look at yourself as indigenous. You don't. None of them look at themselves as the indigenous people of that area because, number one, the indigenous people who are still there today get discriminated against by the other white Latinos there. They get discriminated against there. They marginalize them. And also the indigenous people, the original people of Mexico, South America, and over here were black, jet black skinned people, and they know that. Go look at the Olmec pictures and statues. Go look at the Bonenpack people and monuments and paintings. They understand that. They've always identified with the Spanish. They look at themselves as being some little hybrid bastard children of the Spanish. They do not look at themselves as indigenous at all. You dig? Yeah, they know they got a black abuela. That don't mean nothing. See, that means something to niggas. Like, oh, damn, her grandmama black. Her grandma black, so she black too. She got some black in her. That don't mean nothing. They try to deny that shit as much as they can. Just like Puerto Rico. Yeah, you got some cool Puerto Ricans here. You got some cool Puerto Ricans there. Family, 78% of Puerto Ricans classify themselves as white. These are facts. The majority of Puerto Ricans over there in Puerto Rico, even though they look like us, black than a motherfucker, clearly an African bloodline there, they classify themselves as white. That don't mean nothing. They don't give a shit about the bloodline. It's all about them attaining to be white supremacists. They want to be classified as white, so their allegiance is going to be to whiteness. We don't have nothing in common as far as that. They play this little 3-card Monte game. They come up off us, but then turn into Karens later. They come up off us and then flip on us. We bring folks over here thinking they're going to be some kind of reinforcement, then they become the same police that starts running us over. Somebody said he's Mexican. Somebody's Mexican in the room. Okay, sound like he's trolling. Hold on. Rahima, sound like you're trolling, brother. Sound like you're trolling. You there? We all we got, and that's good enough. Mejorar la raza, that means improve the race, meaning whiten the race up. And notice when some of these Latina chicks, when they done ran through a bunch of niggas, let me get real. Can we get deep? If y'all want me to get deep, I'm gonna need y'all to hit that thumbs up button, guys. If y'all want me to get deep, I'm gonna need y'all to hit the thumbs up button. Cause I think it might be time to get deep tonight. I feel a deep spirit. I feel a deep foundational Black American spirit. Do I need to get deep? Some of y'all might have Latina significant others. I don't want to hurt your feelings. Get your bandanas out, guys. Get your bandanas out. It's time to get deep tonight. Do I need to go there? I don't want to hurt no feelings here. Because I know a lot of your brothers, a lot of y'all, do I need to go deep? Do I need to get into J-Lo? Do I need to get into Rosie Perez? Do I need to go there? Is it going to be too divisive? Do I need to get into that? Do I need to go there? Do I need to get into Ava Longoria? Do I need to go there? Do I need to really go there tonight, guys? The FBA spirit is talking to me, man. It's like a scab. It's like a scab. Let's go there. Y'all gonna have to hit that thumbs up button, guys. Let me tell you something. Some of these brown Latinas that y'all niggas love laying up with, and that includes J-Lo, they lay up with niggas when they're young and get their little young jollies off. Ava Longoria, she was married to a black man for years. Tony Parker, she was all booed up with her black man. J-Lo laying up with niggas. But when they get older, listen how they talk. You know, J-Lo got her Latino man, a few Latino men. Ava Longoria's talking crazy about sisters. Look at how she was talking. Yeah, the black people, you know, the black women did this, but it was really the Latina women who really helped the Democrats. So we need to really focus on the Latina women. You see? See, when they get older, they turn into Karens. When they get older, they start talking like the goddamn Karens that you thought that y'all were both against when y'all were younger. See? Y'all never see foundational Black American women. We, Black American women and Black American men, we don't grow out of challenging the white supremacy. See, they challenge white supremacy in phases. You know, they might go through a little phase here and there. You understand? They challenge white extremism, meaning the Proud Boys or some shit like that. But these women, notice they get their come up off black folks. J-Lo got her come up off black folks. It was black folks who put her on. The Keenan Ivory Wayans and those guys put J-Lo on and made J-Lo. It was the black audience who made J-Lo, who got her popping. You understand? Remember the Jen chick who called up. When I had the debate with her, she be around niggas all the time. But she gets to talking like a damn white supremacist now that she's older. That woman's almost 50. So now life is a little bit harder. You ain't really got what it takes to get down and really handle your business like a foundational Black American woman. So you trying to be like a Karen. When things get a little rough, you trying to be a goddamn Karen. You see? Because see, a lot of them in your home country, y'all didn't really have it popping because y'all sitting around lying to yourself saying that you're Anglo-white or trying to be Anglo-white. And when you lie to yourself, you destroy yourself. See, foundational black Americans, we don't lie to ourselves. Even if we lie to others, we know the situation we're in, so psychologically, we're prepared for it. So we already know, look, the white supremacists ain't gonna give us nothing, so we know how to go out and get it. Go back to the conversation I had at the beginning of this broadcast, how a lot of black independent labels would start up knowing that we ain't about to get nothing from them. Let's go out here in our community and get shit popping on our own. We've always had that mentality because we knew we had no other choice and we knew we had the power to do that. But when these women get a little older, they get to talking like Karens. A person that chaps my ass is Rosie Perez. She really bothers me. Rosie Perez's ass really bothers me, man. Because Rosie Perez, every time Spike Lee is mentioned, Spike Lee made Rosie's career. Spike Lee made Rosie Perez's career. And every time Spike Lee's name is brought up, or black men or whatever, she talks like a Karen as if brothers somehow sexually assaulted her or sexually mistreated her. Rosie Perez does that a lot, especially with Spike Lee. She talks about filming the movie Do the Right Things as if she was sexually exploited. Did y'all see her do something with Fat Joe? Hold on, she was with Fat Joe. She did like a little interview with Fat Joe. I want y'all to listen to this. She was talking about Do the Right Thing. Now that she's a little haggard and older now, hold on.
It was terrifying. It was terrifying. And the reason why you don't see my face with the infamous ice cube scene, because I started crying. And Spike hates when I tell the story, but I started crying because I started to feel exploited. I didn't feel that it was artistic. I was like, yo, this motherfucker's getting off on me. This ain't cute. No, because I didn't realize it was going to go down that way. And it was Ernest Dickerson. He was the DP at the time. He's a film director.
Okay, she's always said this little stuff, man. Like when it comes to Spike, it's almost like she was sexually violated. Oh, he was getting off on me. This motherfucker was getting off on me. Man, look. Rosie Perez has been in a lot of other movies, dude, doing way worse than that. I mean, have y'all seen some of the other scenes that Rosie Perez has been in with white Latino men? She's been in other movies, man, where these dudes are banging her on the ground, in the grass, on a cat. They got scenes. This woman is in movies, dude, where it's like softcore porn when she's with white Latino dudes. So my thing is, that scene with Spike Lee, that was tame compared to all the other scenes she's been in. I can't even post some of the shit that this woman has done in movies. In showers, jacking motherfuckers off. I mean, she's done some shit that really, with white men, in the movie White Men Can't Jump, she's doing a very explicit sex scene with Woody Harrelson and all that. Yeah. So now, you're doing all of these pornographic looking scenes with these white men and these white Latino men. I mean, look up some of this stuff. I wish I could put the screenshots up here, dude. They got some. John Leguizamo got her in one movie. She's bent over. He hitting it from the back. I mean, it's softcore fucking porn. But it was Spike, the one who exploited you, and he was just rubbing ice on your breast, and these other dudes are banging you out in these movies? Dude, look up some of the scenes she's been in, man. Man, look at some of the scenes she's been in. I'm like, okay, the Do the Right Thing is the most tame. I promise you it's the most tame shit she's done on film. But yeah, that shit, the black man exploited you by rubbing ice on your titties in the movie. This motherfucker getting off on me. Okay, it looks funny, dude. Yeah, that shit looks funny. So Woody Harrelson banging you out in the movie that wasn't exploitive? I mean, these dudes they got her in the buck, I mean, she's in a whole bunch of explicit ass scenes, dude. Man. Because now that's Karen talk now. See, that's kind of, yeah, she was, yeah, and this is another thing. She was talking about, later on in that Joe interview, she was like, yeah, she said something slick about Wesley Snipes. I'm noticing, this is my thing, it's always the black dudes. She's always got something kind of crazy to say about the black dudes. I don't like that type of shit because y'all don't do it with the folks in your Latino community. Y'all don't do it with them, and the shit is way more explicit. Because y'all get to sounding like Karens. Because now you're trying to get some white credentials now. Yeah, I was in the movie with the black dude, but I didn't like it. Yeah, that's something that you tell your white boyfriend now. Yeah, I was with the black dude. The black man rubbed on my titties, but yeah, I was exploited when he did it. But when white daddy did it, it wasn't exploitation. Yeah. And that's Karen shit. A lot of these white porn chicks would do that from the 70s. Yeah, she's trying to get her she's trying to get a Me Too bag or something. See, that's white supremacist talk. That's Karen talk now. She's trying to use that rapey stereotype on Spike. You dig? We ain't got nothing in common, dude. Ain't no black and goddamn brown. After you done came up off black culture, we elevated her ass. Remember, it was black culture who elevated her ass. See, they get elevated by us and then later on flip. Yeah, we put other folks on and then, I was exploited. It was like a scab. I was exploited. And please. Oh, Sage Steele. Yeah, I heard Sage Steele got demoted. But yeah, that's whatever. You know, it's just like those white women from the 1970s. A lot of these white women were doing porn in the 70s, and then when they got older, they started, well, I was drugged. It was, I did a scene with a black man, but it was like rape. I didn't know what I was doing. It was forced. You know, they try to play that game. See, a lot of these non-black women try to pull that thing. Remember, Kim Kardashian tried to pull that. Remember what she said about the Ray J sex tape? Well, I was on drugs when I did that sex tape with Ray J. I didn't like that when Kim tried that. I didn't like that when they tried to use I was drugged. A black man banged me out on film because I was drugged. Yeah, I remember that joke when Jamie Foxx said that he ran into J-Lo and she was kind of talking greasy to him. And he was like, hold on, why are you talking greasy? I remember you when you were just, hey-ho, not J-Lo. I remember you were just, hey-ho. So yeah, don't come running up bad on a nigga. Yeah? Yeah, that's how they did Bill Cosby. Yeah, we like that. Yeah, the sassiness and all that, the wild spices. Fuck all these folks, man. You know, I'm cool, dude. I'm tired of elevating these folks. I'm done. We don't need that, dude. Yeah, Rosie up here talking. I was exploited. I didn't know that. I was exploited. Yeah, and this woman had been on Soul Train, popping that ass, popping coochie for years on Soul Train. You throwing your ass on Soul Train, but now you're gonna do a sex scene. Oh, this motherfucker's getting off on me. Ay, mamma mia. Okay. You see, I talked about this before. People, when they come around us, it's ratchet time. They come around, you get on Soul Train throwing your ass, you know, you popping your pussy all over the place. But now that you're supposed to be a respected Latina actress now, so now you're trying to clean up the shit. And you know, when they get older, they try to distance themselves from all the ratchetness. You dig? And trying to get some mileage out of white society so you can distance yourself from us. Yeah, I started off with the blacks, but they wear that blackness like a scab. I'm not like the blacks. As a matter of fact, I was exploited by the blacks. The blacks exploited me. I'm cool. Yeah, they got y'all love Cardi B parading her around the BET Awards so she can be ratchet and all that shit. Y'all think that's cute, but when I tell y'all, when they do the Latino Awards, they cut all that ratchetness out. When it's the Latino Awards, they know how to be on their P's and Q's. Yeah? Yeah. I'm waiting on Cardi B to switch it up. When ain't no more ratchet mileage left, then they switch it up. You can't go out there and pop pussy no more. You can't pop your ass no more. And when you can't pop it no more, well, damn it, I was exploited. Yeah? We all we got, Foundation of Black Americans. Look, we are all we got, and that's goddamn okay. We're all we got. And that's okay. I want y'all to understand, goddammit, that is okay. We don't need all these other groups who ain't doing shit for us anyway. We're not benefiting from Latino culture. They don't put us on. We put them on all the time. None of them are putting us on. Asian culture ain't really putting us on. None of these other groups or cultures are putting us on or doing anything for us and elevating us to superstar levels. None of these folks. We elevate these people and rise them up and get them popping. And they turn around and sit up and act like we exploited them. And come on, dude. We're all we need. And that's okay. I want y'all to understand that. This is why I do these history films, man. These history films are a way to debrief you and your children. That's why y'all need to, for the holidays, definitely show your children all the Hidden Colors movies. And when Buck Breaking comes out, show your children that. Your children are going to have to be debriefed. They need to be debriefed. You dig? It's very important. We're all we need. We do not need anybody else because they're not going to do anything for us anyway. Let's stop exhausting our resources for all of these other groups who ain't going to do nothing but use our resources that we gave them against us. You understand? We got to get it popping. We got to keep it popping. We got to go back to the old school shit, guys. Black folks, when we knew, going back before 1970s, we understood the importance of being on code and doing for each other, doing for ourselves, and we used to do that. Again, they started flooding us with all of these tethers for a reason. They knew that these folks would be off code and they would drain our resources, and that's exactly what happened. Family, let's go back to my old school family. Let's go back to my old school people. I was having a conversation with my mother earlier about our family. Family, do y'all remember your granddad? I'm talking about real granddad, not your 38-year-old fucking granddad. These niggas be 38 and 29 a damn granddad. I ain't talking about that ratchet shit. I'm talking about my old school family, your old school granddad. Some of those old school players or your great granddad who might not be here. Some of my old school players, my old school great grandparents. There was a time when black men used to go out here and you could literally build a whole community. My family at my grandmother's house, my granddad built the house. There was black men. There were no Mexican day laborers during that time. You didn't have that. You don't really want white people up in the black neighborhood, so, they were going to try to overcharge you. So those old black men back in the day, these brothers would get out here and build houses like it was nothing. Back in the day, you had these old black men. If y'all got a great granddad who lived, especially somewhere in the South somewhere, them old men used to get out there and build a house like it wasn't shit. They build a house like that. They get out there and build cribs, build houses, build barns. They build shit, dude. Them old dudes had hands because they would take carpentry. So these dudes knew how to work with their hands. They took pride in that shit. You understand? They took pride in that, dude. If y'all got some grandparents or great grandparents, or you got a family house that was in the family after World War II, between the 1940s and 1960, I can damn near guarantee your granddad or great granddad built that shit. I can almost guarantee you live in the South and y'all got some houses out there, it was your granddad them built that shit. Because number one, you didn't have an area where they would sell houses to black people at the time. There was no areas that would sell black people houses like that. So black people would have their own land. You would have to build your own shit. Wasn't no white realtors gonna sell them no shit because it was in the middle of damn Jim Crow. I can almost guarantee your granddad or great granddad built that fucking house. That's been passed down all these years. These old black men had hands. They knew how to go out here and get some shit done, man. Our families would do everything, and your granddad would build a house, and your grandma be her ass out there building a garden, like my grandmother. Every day in the garden, handling business like it was nothing. You understand? We knew how to get stuff done and be self-sufficient. Yeah, my grandmother's house is still up too, and I'm going to get it renovated. I'm going to get that house renovated because there's some things, the very old house, and I got to go down there to Alabama and get that thing renovated, and we're going to keep that in the family forever. It's still standing. Those old houses are still standing down in the South that your great-granddad built. Them old strong-ass houses with basements and shit. Strong houses, man. Good, sturdy-ass houses with canned goods and shit in the basement. Your grandma be storing peaches and shit. Yeah. Them houses are still standing. Ain't nothing wrong with them. Little weathering on the wall and little bullshit here and there. But them was some sturdy-ass houses, dude. You think? Them Southern black folks knew how to do that. Because remember, black folks were building the slave masters' houses too. When I went down to Louisiana recently, shout out to my brother Aaron, we went to those plantations, all those beautiful, luxurious mansions and plantations. Black folks were building those things. It was black people building them. And not only building them, actually designing many of them. This is the thing they don't tell you. It was a lot of black folks actually doing the architecture, designing the houses and the bridges and all this stuff. Our folks knew how to get out here and get it. They did not want white folks in their damn business at all. See, I was raised by those type of folks. Yeah, man, we knew how to get out here. Our family knew how to get out there and do things with their hands. You know? Yeah, my family's from Leeds, Alabama, out there where Charles Barkley lives. I knew Charles Barkley as a child. I knew him. I've seen his big waterhead ass running around. I was cool with him as a kid. He turned coon later on. But... But yeah, Charles Barkley's mother was a bus driver. She used to drive me on the bus. Charcy May, Miss Charcy May. Lovely lady. I love Charcy May. She's a bus driver. Down in Leeds, Alabama. I knew Charles Barkley. Good folks down there. Good, hard-working folks, man. Good-ass people down there. Yeah? But yeah, our folks knew how to get out there and build some stuff, man. They get out there, and what's funny, my family, and this is way before I was born, they had one house that burned down, and they built another one right next to it. Yeah? Your first folks from Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Yeah. Today, nah. Today, what do we got today? We don't have that today. We don't have that today, man. We got niggas out here with skinny jeans and a cup of lean. You dig? They done switch niggas up on us now. We don't have them old school cats or them sturdy cats who get out there and build something. We don't have that now, bro. We don't have it. We don't have that now. We got little frail niggas out here high on Percocets. That's what we got now. See, we got to get back to building things and creating things and owning things now. We got to get back to that. We stopped building, and that was by design. Yeah, we got niggas out here with bedazzled jeans and flip-flops with flowers on them. We got this. Come on, man. We got niggas out here with man purses. You know? Yeah, man. We got funny style stuff going on. Niggas don't go outside. You dig? See, we're told, this is the thing. What they tell us, well, y'all need to be like Jay-Z and them. See, you need to be, that's what you should attain to. Where back in the day, I want to attain to be like my uncle. I want to attain to be like him, my granddad, or somebody who can build something. I want to be like him, just on an everyday level. I want to be like this cat in my family who's building things and taking care of the family. No, they done set us down starting really in the 80s and threw on the music videos and say, okay, black folks, you need to be like this nigga rapping with the rented car and the rented jewelry and all this shit. And women, you need to be like Nicki Minaj and Cardi B. You need to be shaking your ass. Don't cook, don't clean. That's what Cardi said in Cardi's rap song. Cardi, I don't cook and I don't clean. So you need to be like that. You don't need to cook and clean. You a hot girl. You need to be shaking your pussy somewhere and niggas gonna fly you out to Miami and have you shake pussy on a boat. And you don't need all that. You're cooking and cleaning, that's old school. No, you need to be twerking and working. That's what you need to be doing. So you see the mind game they play on us, see? Look at the propaganda they use. You know, they use propaganda. See, and what I do with the movies, that's propaganda to get people's minds right. So we got to have the right propaganda. And that's what I do the movies for. Yeah. What time is it? God damn, I've been on here for a long time. Okay. Yeah, let me get off here. My wife didn't. Okay. Did you put a shot collar on Lulu's ass? She got the shot collar? Okay. Lulu's ass, we got a shock collar on it. And the shock collars don't really hurt. It gives it like a little vibration, but it makes her sit her ass down. Because Lulu's be trying to jump bad on the neighbors. Lulu's ass, she know better. Lulu was running crazy earlier, That's why it took me a minute to do the show tonight. Because we're chasing Lulu and the other dog, chasing my white neighbors. And they all extra. Hey, God, no! I'm like, calm down, dude. This is a fucking Frenchie, dude. My dog was chasing the white neighbors. And, they act like it was a big, vicious pit bull. Like, calm down, Mr. Steinem, whatever your name is. Calm the fuck down. Hey, God, give me a noise. You got your dog a shot collar? Yeah, Lulu knows better. Lulu knows better. And Honey's following her ass. And she knows better. And that shot collar be scaring her. It don't hurt, but it scares her. And I just say shot collar. Hey, Lulu, collar. She start bucking her eyes. Oh, Lord Jesus. I better sit down. Her eyes be bucking. Like, Lulu, stop running. Come here. Come here. Collar. I was going to get in good trouble. She know what a collar is. When I say collar, she bring her ass back then. She know that collar. She don't like that collar, boy. That collar's a beast. Man. But anyway, man, let me get out of here. My wife is seeing what's going on with me. I'm about to, look, bam. Get your bandana, guys. Foundational Black American and, hold on, where? I got the shit all twisted. Officialfba.com. Get your bandana. Get your bandana. Officialfba.com right now. Get it for the holidays. Hopefully we'll get it to you before Christmas. Christmas is this week, and we'll get it to you before Kwanzaa, hopefully. Order tonight so we can start sending them out to you tomorrow. It just went on sale today, guys. officialfba.com. Bandanas rock yours, player. Anyway, man, I'm about to be out of here. I'll holler at you guys later on this week, man. Y'all have a safe week, and I'm going to check in with